Is it me, or did Joe Lacob and Bob Myers just attend a Grant Cardone 10X seminar and really just 10X their plan with the Warriors? The reason I say this is because the more and more I look at the Warriors, the more it seems to me that something is being orchestrated in secrecy. Ladies and gentlemen, behind closed doors at the Warriors headquarters, are Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors secretly creating another dynasty? First off here, when I say another dynasty, I mean that for at least the next 6 years or so, the Warriors will be a dominant, Tier 1 level team that is capable of winning multiple championships. Let's look at it closely. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are both 33 and 31 respectively. Usually for basketball players, and particularly the guard positions, the prime years are usually the late 20s into the early 30s. So at quick glance, you can say that both Curry and Thompson should be at the tail end of their most productive years. But judging by how Curry just played this last season, and even looking at how LeBron played prior to his ankle injury, and how Chris Paul is currently playing with the Suns, it's clear that sports science and nutrition are increasing the longevity of players if they choose to discipline themselves and follow a strict routine.
Steph looking for airspace. His three is good!
In addition to the latest sports science and nutrition, the fact that both Curry and Klay are shooters also extends their playing career. I mean, look at Kyle Korver, one of the best shooters the NBA has ever seen. The man is 40 years old now and just played last year, and he averaged over 40% from beyond the arc while playing 16.6 minutes per game. With that being said, it's safe to say that without any devastating injuries, that both Curry and Klay can play another 3 years of all-NBA level basketball, followed by at least another 3 years of all-star level-ish basketball.
Who is going to honor Andre and speak publicly? Steph got...
Draymond Green, on the other hand, because his game is more predicated on athleticism than shooting, probably has another 3 years of all-star level production. And then from there, he'll still be an integral part of the Warriors, but will probably play a lesser role on the court and a bigger role as a mentor to the new and upcoming Warrior talents. Time to do a little quick math. So far, with Curry, Klay, and Green all at the tail ends of their prime, if they can just stay healthy, this is a dynasty in and of itself, which should last about 3 years. I mean, look what happened this season at the end of the regular season. If it wasn't for the addition of the play-in tournament, the Warriors would have been the 8th seed. And that was without 2 of their starters, Klay and Wiseman. Let me repeat that again. The Warriors would have been an 8th seed in a loaded Western Conference, even without their second-best player in Klay Thompson, and their newly acquired second overall pick in James Wiseman. And speaking of Wiseman, despite how his first year was with the Warriors, I really look forward to his second year and his overall development.
But on the handle, push ahead to Oubre, wants it back, yes sir! The hammer!
For his rookie season, he was really just a high schooler who came into the NBA and averaged about 12 points and 6 rebounds. That might not impress you too much, but let's take a closer look into the statistics, and especially the per 36-minute stats, which calculates how much he would have produced if he played 36 minutes per game. James Wiseman's per 36-minute statistics in his rookie seasons were 19 points and 10 rebounds. Anthony Davis, the 2020 NBA champion, who when healthy is regarded as a top 5 player, in his rookie season had a per 36-minute statistic of 17 points and 10 rebounds. Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's a 2-time MVP, in his rookie season had a per 36-minute stat of 10 points and 6 rebounds. It wasn't until the Greek Freak's 3rd year in the league that he had a similar stat line to James Wiseman's rookie year. If James Wiseman, aka the Big Ticket, can average about 15 points and 10 rebounds on efficient shooting numbers while also reducing his turnovers and fouls for the 2022 season, then the 6-year dynasty picture the Warriors front office seem to be conjuring up will definitely start coming to life. If he can produce the 15 and 10 next season, I'm sure he'll be on the trajectory for 25 and 12 in about, 3 years. And speaking of the future, the Warriors have not 1, but 2 first-round lottery picks for the 2021 draft, which according to analysts is supposed to be one of the best drafts in the last decade. This is a draft class that has a Tier 1 level that goes 5 deep, and the rest of the first round is supposedly littered with depth. The Warriors have the Timberwolves' top 3 protected pick, and their own first-round lottery pick, so if Lady Luck is in the Warriors' favor, Dub Nation could receive another top 5 pick and another first-round lottery pick. There have been a lot of talks about the Warriors trading these picks in order to strengthen their immediate championship potential. But to be honest, if Klay comes back healthy and if Wiseman levels up, the Warriors are already a championship-level team. So with that being said, if the Warriors decide to keep these 2 picks and develop them in their G League, similar to the path that Jordan Poole took, these picks could become foundational pieces in a couple of years. And that comes to my next point, the Warriors' current young players. In 2019, the Warriors made a steal by drafting Jordan Poole with their 28th pick. Then in 2020, in addition to Wiseman, they made a steal by grabbing Nico Mannion in the 2nd round. Then later in that 2nd round, they drafted Justinian Jessup, who's been drawing a lot of comparisons to Miami sharpshooter Duncan Robinson. Jordan Poole's shown flashes of all-star level production and looks like he has a real bright path ahead of him, and currently he's only 21. If he could develop a little more each year, then in about 3 or 4 years, when Steph and Klay take more of a back seat, I can definitely see Poole becoming more of a focal point in the Warriors organization. He might even take up a new nickname like Little Splash or something. We'll see. Justinian Jessup will be joining the NBA Summer League this season, according to Bob Myers, and I really look forward to seeing how his game fits into the next tier.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Jessup played in Australia this past year, and the young man was tearing up the NBL, standing at 6'7" and playing the shooting guard position. I'm confident that he could become a key component for the Warriors for the next 2 or 3 years coming off the bench. And after that, I look forward to seeing how he develops his game to the next level. While talking about all these young guns, I completely forgot about Andrew Wiggins. For some odd reason, I always think he's about 28 or 29, about Draymond's age or so. But he's only 25. Andrew Wiggins hasn't even hit his prime yet. Wiggins showed tremendous development in the 2021 season. He's become one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and towards the end of the regular season, he became a lot more aggressive in getting to the rim. I have no doubt that if Wiggins continues wearing a Warriors uniform, and if he continues to develop his game year by year, he'll be an integral piece for Dub Nation going forward. Man, if he just develops a deadly mid-range shot to complement his current game, then in 3 or 4 years, when the Splash Brothers are about 37 and 35 years old, Wiggins will be 29. That's the same age as Kawhi Leonard currently. And I just can't help but think, what if Wiggins develops his game further and becomes that superstar that everyone originally saw him as?
He's causing havoc on both sides of the floor. He gets to the rim, he can shoot the 3 ball, really good defender.
Wiggins with a Euro step.
If there's any team currently that can have a 6-year dynasty window, it's the Warriors. Their culture's already set in place, and the next 3 years look really bright. If the Warriors do end up winning a chip or 2 over the next 2 or 3 years, that'll give so much playoff experience to James Wiseman and the rest of the Warriors' young guns. And that'll set them up for success when they have to take over the reins. One of the bigger problems of having a dynasty that spans over half a decade is motivation. So if Joe Lacob and Bob Myers are looking to get this done, they'll probably have to hire Tony Robbins as part of the coaching staff for some intense motivation. All jokes aside, as an NBA owner, Joe Lacob would probably hate to have a rebuilding phase, but it seems to me that he has a master plan in place to sustain his team once the trio of Steph, Klay, and Draymond near the end of their playing career, and it looks to be a real solid trajectory. Anyway, a long dynasty is great and all, but let's get back to the present. Did you know recently that a Warriors fan asked Draymond to start his Kawhi recruitment? Man, it looks pretty interesting. And I actually got a video here of the scary truth about Kawhi Leonard and the Golden State Warriors. It's a really juicy video. And if this acquisition comes through, the Warriors are guaranteed finals appearances for the foreseeable future. Click it, guys, watch it, and I'll see you on the other side.